His kindness and generosity seem to have no limits. That's why, or what Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan said after learning of the passing of Art Van Elslander. Art Van was an unstoppable force here in Metro Detroit, not just in the business world, but also in philanthropy. Paula Tutman has a look at the man who did so much for the city he loved.
Art Van Elslander, Art Van for short, passed away today after complications from lung cancer, which he had beaten more than a year ago. Today is a painful day for those who personally knew him.
There are people in life that will put a small fingerprint on you. There will be people in life that will put a small handprint on you. And then there will be people that come through your life and they put a footprint right on you where you will never forget.
Tom came to Art Van Furniture when there were only 15 stores. He rose to VP of Merchandise by the time the company had 140 stores. He has a secret he wants to tell you about the Mr. Van behind Art Van Furniture.
I had only been here a year and my wife died, and I learned a lot about Art at that time. He believed in his employees and he took care of them when they had tough times. Anytime an employee had a sick child or a mother or a father, and Art would find out about it, know about it, immediately he would call them and he would find the best physicians or a specialist or whatever was needed.
In philanthropy, he had a willing signature on the big checks that make the biggest differences.
And you as a Detroiter and you as a concerned community citizen were one of the ones who said, we can't let this parade go under, we've got to save it.
That's right, Mort, absolutely.
He is credited with single-handedly saving America's Thanksgiving parade.
But Art Van comes along 30 years ago, saves the parade, supports it every year, brings along other sponsors, becomes a presenting sponsor. Now we're building bigger, bolder.
When Art Van wrote that check for $225,000 30 years ago, this is what it meant in terms you can actually see. This is one of the original floats. I don't know if you remember this, if you're old enough. Well worn, well loved. But in a flash, they look like this. Stylized, fiberglass, well formed, state-of-the-art floats. This happened in a flash, but it took money and it took commitment. In life, he was larger than the floats he saved and the balloons of the parade that flew high. A giant has fallen, but is not forgotten. You know, guys, we wanted to end the story here at his flagship store in Warren. I love this room because it really does say Detroit and everything that he loved. When we talk about that parade, even though the company was sold a year ago, he has ensured that it will continue to be sponsored at least through the year 2021. And by the way, we're really learning a lot of things maybe you didn't necessarily know. Coming up at 6, we heard something called the 6 learning tools of Art Van. Changed his name to Art Van, or shortened it for the public because nobody could pronounce that last name. 35 different iterations, but he had these 6 tools of learning. We love them. We thought you'd love them too. So join us in just a few moments, guys.
You're looking forward to that, Paula, and this town is certainly a better place because of him. He'll be missed. Thank you so much.